All right, welcome to Rock Lansing interview. This is the kickoff show version. I have Keato from Accuser of the Brethren. Welcome.
What's
How you
up?
doing
What's
today,
up?
man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, doing well. Crazy day, but just got to keep rolling with the punches.
Sure do,
So,
bud.
um, so I see you guys just recently released an EP in January. You tell us a little bit about the EP, kind of what went into it, how kind of like how you chose the songs on there and all that kind of stuff.
So Justice Through Violence is the name of the most recent EP. Uh, honestly, the songs on it were, we went through Fractured Audio for our like recordings, and we got like a bulk of songs done at once, and then kind of wanted to work on releasing like music videos with them and doing, all the things with them so that there's, just something to go along with it. So it's not just music, I'll give that a little bit of media. So we wanted to make like music videos for all of them. Obviously, that took a little bit of time because I think we did like four music video shoots last year for all of these songs. So uh that just kind of took a while. But then the plan was to we also have Neglected, which is the last song on the EP, and we didn't really make anything for that, so it's kind of a little bit of a bonus there on the end. But we wanted to put all of these songs in one place for everyone, so that way it's not just a bunch of singles scattered everywhere. There's an actual, And so we came up with the Justice Through Violence, and I think it was appropriate that song or that EP released right when the CEO dude did his thing. We did not plan that. It just kind of happened that way.
What do you mean
But
this? What do you mean the
this
CEO, dude?
because the album's called Justice Through Violence,
Okay.
it kind of seemed fitting. But yeah, it was just we wanted to main thing was we wanted to have it in all in one spot for everyone. So
Yeah, and so for like the concepts for like the music videos, does that all come from you guys, or does somebody help you guys help you out with that?
yep. So well, the Glass Jaw music video, that was just like the live video with like the lyrics on the screen. And we've talked about doing something like that for a long time. And then the idea for With Intent was, you know, Dustin, the bassist, came over one day and was like, "Hey, I have like this idea for a scene," and we were like, "Oh, that's pretty sweet." And then we kind of like built off of that and came up with a an idea for it. Uh, and then the Embrace the Pain video, that was actually meant a lot to us because our we lost a buddy last year to suicide. His name was Shaggy, and Shaggy actually gave us the idea for that wrestling video back in the day. And so it was kind of if you watch that video to the end, there's a little homage to him. So that was like we wanted to make that come to life, and we've been talking about it for a long time. So and it fit with the song. The song went great, and then everything came together with IPW, and that was sweet. So the concepts are kind of you know we've pulled them from various places, but
Yeah, I mean, sorry to hear that, man. I mean, I've also lost a friend to suicide before too, so
Mhm.
um, it's tough. It's tough for sure.
It is,
That's
man.
cool that you guys like honor him, and that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So like on your guys' Facebook, it says Murder Mitten Deathcore. Kind of explain a little bit about that.
Like it says, you know, the Detroit's been called like the capital of the murder mitten, and I don't know, murder mitten seems very fitting for our band and our style of music. So, uh, and it's that murder mitten beatdown.
Yeah,
We like some fights.
I just thought that was really funny. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But and what was like the inspiration behind like the song "Buried Deep"?
Um, so Very Deep came from like a couple of places. So Dustin had the bassist, he had this idea for doing like a call outy, like chanty kind of vocal at the beginning. And he wanted like me, him, and Pockets, the guitarist, like all doing vocals, you know. Um, it just like that, you know, he liked that energy and that vibe it gave off. And then the actual like lyrics are kind of a little bit of a mix. There's some inspiration from I took from some childhood stuff. There's some pieces about my stepdad in there, but and then there's Pockets. He had thrown me a line or two for that one, so it kind of so at its core, it's about really just that want to like erase someone from the earth like completely, um so that's kind of the theme of Buried Deep. We use those dark places that we have in life and made music out of it.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. I definitely know what it's like to be a redhead stepchild. So
Yeah, cheers, man.
I feel some of those feelings in that song for sure. I definitely feel that. So like kind of you guys like uh recent like single, the Embrace the Pain, where
hmm
is where does that kind of come from? What was the inspiration behind that one?
So Embrace the Pain was kind of one that we um during because we formed during COVID, and we wrote a ton of stuff when like for this band in the early days because there was no shows, there was no,
There's no
nothing.
nothing.
The only
Yeah.
thing you could do was hang out and write music. And so we did, and we wrote a bunch of things. And Embrace the Pain has been it used to be called something else. I don't, or maybe not. Maybe that was a different one. But it's been around for a minute, and we just really love that song, and we love the way that everything came together on it with like the that like real shouty like call out style vocal like halfway through the song, like kind of towards the end. Um, and just the way it plays out, it really came together when we took it to Tim to be recorded. So
So what I mean obviously other than the Rock Lansing like kickoff show, um like what else do you guys have cooking for 2025?
um, well, right now, what's announced at least,
Yeah, I mean,
we've got
don't if something's not announced, obviously don't say it.
yeah. Well, we'll be playing March 15th at um in Battle Creek with Recorruptor and um Mouthful of Locusts, and a few other guys. So that one is the next show we have lined up. And then well, I think we've got two other ones, but they haven't been like officially announced yet.
Announced,
So
yeah. That's cool.
but and we've got some feelers out for a few other like bigger things towards the like closer to the end of the year. So
Have you've probably played with Let It Rot before and
oh yeah.
what
hmm
and probably a Virtue? Have you
No, we never played with a Virtue. This
yeah.
will be our first time, so that's cool. We're
Yeah.
definitely stoked about that.
You probably haven't played with Black No Graffiti before.
No, no, we have not played with them either.
Yeah.
So I've seen all of these bands, but Let It
Yeah.
Rot's the only one we've played with Let It Rot a few times actually.
Yeah, I'm excited about this bill. I mean, it's obviously a little heavier bill than
hmm
I would say probably most of the Rock Lansing bill, but we're gonna switch it up. Like, I mean, I guess I say with Rock Lansing, I will book anything from rockabilly to death metal and everything in between. So, I don't really, I never want to pigeonhole like we're specifically a metal festival, you know.
Right, right.
If I could you know, if I could uh book Rever Horton Heat or something, fuck yeah, I would. Like I don't, I
Right.
think good music is good music, and I'm hoping that we can, kind of replace a little bit of what Common Ground left a void for. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I went to
that'd be great, man.
30 shows, 40 shows at Common Ground over the years, so it was cool.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that's what we're really trying to do, and try to build here. So kind of after the EP, like what else do you guys like plans? Just kind of pushing that and trying to get more following.
Yeah, yeah. We do want to push the justice through violence some more, and we still actually have a few things that we're working on for that specifically. That just we haven't put out yet, but I will say that we are actively writing new material right now. So, and you may or may not hear some new stuff at Rock Lansing. So.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
excited about
we
that.
always like new music. That's always
Yeah.
fun. The what is a song that you guys like love like opening with, like a good ripper, or do you guys not have like
Um,
a kind of
honestly, with intent is we opened with that a couple of times and like the set going straight into with intent is nutty. It's just because it just comes in like so aggressive and it's a great opener. But
the
also depends on like how long our sets and stuff are. So, it depends on how we cultivate it or decide what we open with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I first saw you guys at Havoc last year, and
Mhm.
you guys open up the festival, and I was just like, holy shit, these guys just open up with a bunch of fire and brimstone. It was great. I was like, holy crap, this is like, and you were just so like demonstrative on stage, and it was like, wow, this is really cool. It's really cool to see. So it's just awesome to see a band like own the stage and just do their thing. So I always
We
dig
will.
that, and I thought that I thought they did a great job last year. I thought it was a really good
Oh yeah.
festival.
Oh yeah, dude. Havoc was great last year, man. That was a ton of fun. Like I never thought in all my life I'd say that I shared the same stage as Kitty. Like to me that's crazy. you know.
Yeah,
That was a crazy moment for sure.
yeah. I didn't realize they were that heavy. Like
Hmm.
I mean, obviously, I kind of grew up in the new metal era with like them and Slipknot and all those type of bands, and I knew of Brackish, but for whatever reason of the 200 odd concerts I went to, I never saw Kitty on the bill, so that was the first time I got to see Kitty, and I was like, oh, these ladies are a little heavy.
Yeah,
So
dude. Yeah.
their new album is pretty darn good too. And I think that I kind of read something after the facts. I looked it up, and their first album, like people like criticized it, and then they doubled down and just went like totally hardcore for their like
Yeah.
second album. And yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see them. Divide and Conquer, or Conquer
Conquer Divide.
Conquer Divide. I always flip that around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they were fantastic.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I, I really dug them, and they put on a great live show too. So I'm excited for them being on the Rock Lansing bill this year. And after seeing them,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I gotta book them. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely a band that I gotta get. And I think they mix like the pretty the clean vocals with
Mhm.
the growl guttural stuff like very well. So
They do it very well.
it
And
was
shout out those ladies. They bought some of our merch and repped us on the Gun Drummer
really.
YouTube channel. Yeah, they did an interview with him. That was pretty cool. They gave us a shout out on there. So yeah, shout out to Conquer Divide. You guys are awesome. So
Yeah, your guys' merch was sweet. Like I bought the black and white like a shirt you guys had. So
Is it
the
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 ghost face
yeah,
where he's
yeah,
like
yeah. It's
grabbing
kind
a
of
knife?
yeah, like kind of like
Yeah,
a Scream kind of looking guy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's cool. That's some cool artwork for sure.
We
But
do got we got new T-shirts in that got the um. Actually, you mind if I show it to you?
yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Well, I can't find it, but it's a they're Justice Through Violence shirts. They got it's like a big, huge Justice Through Violence on the back, and then it has the Accuser of the Brotherhood logo on the front, and it's this really cool like sparkly gold, like shimmery gold or whatever. So those are tight, and we have a ton of those. So we'll definitely be bringing those to Rock Lansing with us. So
yeah. That's that's really cool. I mean, I think you know, I mean, fans love cool T-shirts. I mean, like a band
yeah,
T-shirt. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice when like you see bands that spend the time to do cool artwork and design it up right and
Mhm.
just like the because I have a graphic design, web design background, so I always kind of look at that stuff. And what I loved about the shirt I got was like it's a one color, and
Right.
that always keeps costs down. But it doesn't hurt the design. The black, black with white print is very stark, and it really
Yeah,
pops. So but sometimes like even being like just one color can still look really sweet. So
yeah. We are
it's really
we are
cool.
we are dinking around with an idea for a design that would be a full it'd be like a full front image in like various colors. But the design is it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, the
But
when I've seen some of like the Heartsick stuff, it's
yeah.
like they have like every shirt's kind of like just different. I think kind of what they do is find a different artist and just create something in that like style that they do,
Mhm.
and it's pretty neat. I have like this one Heartsick shirt that's like has pink on it and stuff. I wear it in the summertime with like pink shorts and stuff, and it's
Oh
like
yeah,
he's trendy for the summer, but he's also metal.
man.
So it's cool. I mean, I like black and white stuff. I don't have a problem wearing that, but I like wearing colors
Yeah,
too. So it's
right
always
on.
fun. But I guess the last thing, I just kind of want to delve a little bit in a little bit more into like what are you guys' influences in the band and kind of how did you how did you guys kind of like you know move into like deathcore type of music and stuff like that.
So we used to be in a band called Immortal Insight. Um, Back in the day, it was me, Dustin, the bassist, and the guitarist, Pockets. We that was a more like I don't know traditional deathcore, like a melodic deathcore maybe even. And we just kind of wanted to like the three of us wanted to play kind of like the slower, more caveman-y music, and we wanted to do like breakdowns and stuff. And so we kind of like made this a side project, and then it kind of like quickly grew into our main project. Um, but I mean, like a lot of the influences, are like Traders and Body Snatcher and Kubla Khan, the Acacia Strain. Um, we just like I like the slow, things that hit at pivotal moments and just kind of, and we all have that same mentality. So, and our drummer too, Brandon, he used to be in a band called Heed the Assailant back in the day. But he's always been a buddy of ours, and he kind of like when we brought that to him, he was like, "Yes, this is exactly what I want to do." He's like, "I don't want to play fast, intricate shit." He's like, I want to just beat the shit out of my set, and you'll see him. He will destroy those drums.
Did did you guys ever
But
get down with like Napalm Death or Cannibal Corpse or any,
yeah,
any
yeah,
types
yeah.
of bands of those?
I know I fuck with Cannibal Corpse, but um yeah. So I mean, we have pretty much a lot of the, you know, I don't want to say like mainstream necessarily, but like, you know, Cannibal Corpse, they're well, they're a household name, you know. But yeah, I fuck with a lot of that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, and were you guys really into like Slayer?
yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Slayer, man? You ever go to a
Yeah, I
show and just
mean
yell out Slayer?
the like the intro to A Little South of Heaven is just like epic.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's such like me personally, I've always been like a bigger Megadeth and like Metallica fan, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
I definitely can understand and see why people love Anthrax and like Slayer and Testament and those type of bands. But I don't know. I just Dave Mustaine just seemed a little crazy, and I guess I could resonate with that a little bit. I love that
Yeah.
song, "Sweating Bullets." Do you know that offhand? It's like, "Hello,
Nah,
me,
not on top
meet
of
the
my head,
real
no.
me." Yeah, it's just it's off of Countdown to Extinction, which is probably one of their more known albums, other than like what's the Peace Dolls, Who's Buying, one of their earlier albums. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've I've seen Slayer before. I've seen all four of those before, so they're great live. So it's a lot of fun.
That's
Is
what we
there
shoot for, man. You
what?
gotta bring that live show, man. If your live show is terrible, like that could ruin, that could make or break a band, dude. If your live show is not good.
Oh, for sure. I've definitely seen bands that early on I saw them and they're great, and then I see them 10 years later and they don't feel like the same band. And
Right, right,
they used to be kind of more rock, and then they're all spacey and droney, and it's like where did the rock get neutered? You know? Um, but I understand bands change over time and you have to go in different directions and stuff like that. And it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
everybody wants Metallica to make another Master of Puppets. Well, you're not gonna make another Master of Puppets. Like it's
right,
just,
right,
you know,
right.
um and that me being a prog rock guy, that's my favorite album because that's Metallica's most prog album, I would say. But start to finish, it's epic. There was like
Yeah, yeah.
one time I saw Metallica, they played like Battery, and they played Welcome Home Sanitarium and I think one other song. In the first three songs, I was like, okay, I'm good. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna
Yep,
stay,
yep,
but
we're
like
done.
I'm good. So, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, like, my whole 20s, I was going to shows and checking out any band I could, and you know, I
Yeah, man.
I saw anybody from Willie Nelson to Marilyn Manson. So, I have a pretty wide range of stuff, and I just love live music, and if somebody puts on a good show, like you got me,
Hmm.
have a beer
Right,
in my
right.
hand and watch some live music.
Yeah,
So it's cool. Did you end up ever going out to any of the Ozfest back in the day?
dude, I went to like Ozfest '07, and then that was like the last year they did it.
Were you at Pine Knob?
It was at DT. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you were there when they were chucking the sod for Static X?
Fuck yeah, I was one of those people chucking the sod.
Oh,
What, dude?
that's
They
funny.
they told us to fucking do it. What are we supposed to do?
Well, then like Wayne Static like stopped the show and was like, "You guys got to stop throwing the sod, or the show's gonna end."
Nah,
Yeah,
dog.
that was the only time I ever saw Static X, and I was like, after that, I was like, I'm good. Like that was a
Yeah,
great show from them, and just to seeing chunks like this of sod just being tossed in the air. So you're seeing like grass kind of flipping and chunks just flying in this dust cloud. it was just wild. I was like, this is nuts, and I'm sure
That
the venue was
that
like
was a sight
freaking.
to see, man.
I'm sure the venue was like freaking out because they're ripping up our grass,
Yeah. Oh
all
yeah.
that stuff. But it's a metal show. What can you do? So, but
But they
that was
told they told us to stop, and then like the very next dude came out, and he was like, "Tear it the fuck up!" So everyone started doing it again.
that's funny.
Like
Yeah,
they told us to, man. I don't know what to do.
yeah. I was fortunate enough to go to Ozfest from like 2001 to '07. So the I wish I could have went 2000 because I never got to see the original lineup of Pantera. That's always a band that I saw them, the reincarnated version of that with Metallica. Um,
Hmm.
and it's good. Zach Wild is a great guitarist. He can play. Um, I just would have loved to see it with Vinny and Dime and just see the full lineup.
Right,
Um,
right.
I love Pantera, man. It's Cowboys from Hell. I mean, that I had that album in high school, and I was like, "Oh man, that's just like get up and go music." Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, that was only that's like kind of one of the bands of that era that I didn't get to see like the original lineup, and I wish I would have, but it's unfortunate. So unfortunate. Unfortunate the way uh well Dime was slayed. I mean that
yeah,
that was that
yeah.
was nuts. That was nuts. So but
People are crazy, man. People are crazy.
yeah, yeah, and you just don't know. Um my buddy had tickets to the because when he was shot, the next show was at the machine shop like a day or two later with Damage Plan, and obviously was canceled. But yeah, it's just nuts. So, but love Pantera, love them to death. So but well, I just really want to thank you for coming on the interview, and we didn't talk a ton about. We talked a little bit about the kickoff show, but we know it's going to be badass, and A Virtue is going to tear.
Yeah,
You guys are
we're
going to
we're
tear
we're
it up.
definitely real excited about that kickoff show, man. And as most everybody knows, I mean, if Let It Rot decides to play Pesticide, then I may have to get back up on the stage for that one. So
Is that
we're planning on bringing the ruckus, man. We're gonna open that show, and um, we're gonna show Lansing why we consider ourselves Murder Mitten Beatdown.
get the pit going? Yeah,
Yes.
that's cool. Why specifically the song "Pesticide" from Let It Rot? Just it's like one of your
Oh
favorite songs.
no, because I feature in it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't know you're on that one.
I've tried to feature in a few things. So anyone watching or listening, if you want to work on something, let me know.
Yeah, he's like I'll put some vocals
Like,
on. I'll lay some vocal tracks down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it, man.
Well,
I love bringing that you know the feeling of uncertainty in my vocals when they come in. That's my goal for all that. So if you need some of that, let me know.
I just want to say that I really feel like the kind of rock scene, metal scene in Lansing, like I feel like it's a good community of bands that like
Oh,
really
man,
support
yes.
each other. And
Hmm.
I don't know if that's necessarily something that happens everywhere. So I don't know. When I was at
Yeah,
when we did the kickoff show on Q106, I just kind of got that feel from the room. I was because going into that, like I've never met like pretty much most of you guys in person. So I mean, other than like through email, I didn't know anybody, but I could feel in the room that like everyone else knew everyone else, or that you knew a lot of people, and I
yeah,
thought that was really cool to see that like um, fans that they don't really look at it as competition. They're like, hey, we're all in this together, um,
right.
and I think that's really cool, and that's really what I'm trying to do in Lansing is just to kind of really build upon the community of it, and um, just give bands an opportunity and go from there. I mean, that's I mean, just
we're we're the capital city, man. We need some shit like this. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
this is great, and I want to say thank you for bringing this together, making this a thing. This is we love it, man, and it's our hometown, so
yeah,
we're very excited to play this show.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I live in Lansing too. And you might not know, but the house behind me is actually the Turner Dodge house. Um,
Yeah, I did recognize that.
so
That's
I
cool.
and as you see, there's like a little there's like a ghost in the window because they say that it's like haunted. So
Oh yeah,
we even put that kind of detail in there. But
that's cool.
yeah, I mean, kind of with Rock Lansing, like the first year we did the Ivan Idler's like the head that's on Museum Drive. That was like the poster. So
Oh
and then
yeah, yeah.
the second one where the Turner Dodge House and like so every year our artwork's gonna feature like another like Lansing like landmark place just to kind of
Dude, the three stacks in that in like a artsy style like that would be fucking sweet.
uh my my next year is probably Penny the Bridge.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Penny the Bridge would be awesome too, though.
It's the best running joke in Lansing.
It
Like
it really is.
how like last year it was like, oh, another truck got stuck under Penny the Bridge. So yeah, like
Another one.
that's probably the next one we'll see. But yeah, I mean it's just funny and I just see the t-shirt like the front of the shirt has the front truck like being scrunched and then the back of the shirt has the back of the vehicle being scrunched. So I thought that would be kind of funny and creative.
That
So
would be hilarious.
so yeah, but I want to do fun stuff like that. And like the first poster, Dennis Preston drew, and he's like a character artist. It's been like he's been doing artwork in Lansing area for probably over 40 years. And when I first met with him, he's like, yeah, I don't want to draw the Capitol. He's like, I'm tired of drawing the Capitol. I was like, don't worry, Dennis. I'm not asking you to draw the Capitol. Like, let's find something that else like resonates, and that's why we settled on like Ivan Idler's sculpture on like Museum Drive.
Yeah,
So, which
yeah,
is sweet, and of course,
yeah.
I texted Ivan. I was like, hey man, we're gonna use your artwork for the poster. Is this cool? And he's like, yeah, no problem, man. I was like, oh sweet. Nobody wants to get sued.
Awesome.
Yeah, nobody
Right.
wants. Well, um, I just want to say thanks for coming on the show, coming
Yeah.
on the
Thanks for
interview,
having me.
and yeah, you can check out Accuser of the Brethren on May 9th at Grewal Hall, and you can go to greywallhall.com for all the details and all that stuff, and go from there.
All our socials too are pretty much just Accused of the Brethren. Instagram's aotb.mi, but follow us. We'll be posting here soon about some stuff. So